Hi, this is Ken for the Information Nation. Welcome. Recently, Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican from South Carolina, who I am, by the way, not a very big fan of, because he's a little bit too much into compromise, and he's starting to look like a younger John McCain and Joe Lieberman, came up with a bill that he wants to introduce to help us with our energy problem. Here's a little snippet of that bill. A good energy bill can make gas prices and electricity affordable. Gasoline prices are steadily rising towards $4 per gallon, the price that triggers public outcry and congressional response. In a recent interview, Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican, South Carolina, said that $4 gasoline is everybody tripping over themselves to find an energy policy. Graham then mentioned that he would start working on his Clean Energy Standard, CES bill, that would mandate that certain percentage of our nation's electricity come from carbon-free sources. In a recent speech, Senate Energy and Natural Resource Committee Chairman Jeff Bingaman, Democrat, New Mexico, renewed his request to introduce a Clean Energy Standard bill and for the first time supported nuclear inclusion so long as the bill provided additional incentives for renewable energy. There are prudent ideas to lower gas prices, but implementing a CES is not one of them. This is on the Heritage Foundation site. I'll include a link down below. All of these guys want to impress upon us that we need energy. Like, hey, dummy, do you know that we need lower gas prices? I'm going to introduce a bill. I have a better idea. Why don't you do this? Rip out the moratorium on drilling. Get them drilling up in Alaska. Get them drilling up where they state that in Alaska we have more oil than Saudi Arabia. Then on top of that, you add into that the Dakotas, where they know there is a vast reservoir of oil, and we can become energy sufficient. Now, I'm not saying that we should pollute everything. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I am for sensible clean air and management. But this administration and these congressmen and senators have gone nuts with this. CO2 does not hurt the environment. CO2 is what you exhale. You inhale air, you exhale CO2. Plants love CO2. In study after study, plants in areas where there is high CO2 concentration thrive. They grow stronger, they grow better, they grow faster. So we're not looking at something that's damaging our environment. As far as alternative energy, it's not going to happen overnight. We can't go to the energy store like we go to McDonald's and say, I want this, I want an electric car, and I want clean solar heat, and I want it all to be efficient, and I want it now. It's not going to happen. In the first place, if these people wanted to do something which would cut our deficit and probably wake a few other people in the government up, get rid of the Department of Energy. They were invented during the Carter administration to help us become energy independent. That was back in the 70s. How long do we have to wait before it kicks in at the Department of Energy that we have a problem? Hey, we better do something. They've been sitting on their butts for 30, 40 years, not doing a darn thing. Why should we continue to fund it? Let's get rid of it. Let's totally defund the Department of Energy and let the energy companies do what they know how to do best. We can't keep going down this path of every 2-3 years screaming about how we've got to have energy, we've got to shut down coal-fired plants. Coal-fired plants are probably the cleanest plants out there. And I'm going to do a video on those very shortly. So, think about this. Let's not let Senator Lindsey Graham, who, you people down in, where's he from? South Carolina. You people down in South Carolina, next time an election rolls around, in the primary, kick him out. Because he's not helping us, he's hurting us. And let's get somebody in there who knows something other than what other people tell him. He doesn't exactly strike me as being the sharpest pencil in the box. But hey, that's my opinion, and this is Ken for the Information Nation. I'm glad you tuned in, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.